by that as an E6.
Let's go, Axe. Do the job, man. Hey, let's go, Axe. Good job, 3.
This one's foul ball taken. It is 3-0 now as the Mules right now. Okay, so the good news is, I think, Tim, we're good now. If you can see me up front or hear me out there, I think we're good. Everything looks like it's coming in nice and smooth now. Thank the Lord, it's working. There's a ground ball hit again to Nichols. Nichols steps on second, throws to first base, got him at first base, and that's going to end the inning, but not before 3 runs come across as the Mules now lead it 3-0 here as we go to the bottom half of inning number 1. You're listening to Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. So we are back here, and as Axton Eisenbeis grounds out to a double play, and that's how the inning will come to an end here this afternoon. That double play, it winds up and goes 6-3, the 6 unassisted, all the way over to first base, and that's where we end. Mules bat 8 batters in the inning, coming away with 3 runs in that inning. Also, they got just 1 hit and 1 error overall. The Mules do strand 2 runners on the base pads. And, of course, a lot of walks here last inning. As a matter of fact, 3 walks and 1 hit by pitch. 33 pitches it took. But nevertheless, the Mules will come out here. And, of course, now it's going to be the Mules' turn on defense. So leading things off for the Dexter Bearcats, he is the pitcher, number 4, Camden Riley, batting second, shortstop. Number 11, Cole Nichols, batting third. The catcher, number 1, Kaden Kennedy, batting cleanup today at right field. At number 2, Taylor Kondik, batting fifth. He is the first baseman, number 14, Bo Carrier. I think I'm saying that right. Is that correct? Yep, Bo Carrier. Batting sixth at second base, number 3, Adam Sailors, batting seventh at third base. He is number 15, Jackson Howard, batting eighth. He is the center fielder, number 5, Noah Alford, and batting ninth, left field, number 10, Ryan Young. That is your offense for the Dexter Bearcats. Now leading things, or I should say, in the defense mode in the outfield at number 4, Logan Massey. He's at left field. At center field at number 12, Cannon Carr. Over and right, number 7, Jacob Valenzuela. Going around the horn in the infield at third base, number 27, Kobe Greenwald. Shortstop, number 1, Brady Robertson, batting, or I should say over at second base. He is the freshman, number 11, Noah Spain. At first base, it is Kason King at number 40. Behind the plate, Jacob Ballard. And on the mound for the Mules, number 3, Axton Eisenbeis. His ERA is a little bit skewed because of the opening weekend. Strike 1 is called on the outside part of the plate. He has worked 3 1/3 innings, giving up 4 hits, 8 runs. All 8 were earned, 5 walks and 2 strikeouts. And this one misses down low for ball 1. It's 1 ball and 1 strikes. So it looks like everything now is starting to fall into place. We are on social media. That is the good news. We apologize for the interruptions that we had as we got started, but the good news is you didn't miss a whole bunch. So now we are good to go. Thank you so much, Tim, out there. Tim is braving the elements outside. I'm lucky to be indoors. There's a punch-out called strike 3, and that's how we begin the first inning for the Dexter Bearcats. 1 down here in the inning on 4 pitches on a strikeout by Axton Eisenbeis. So Cole Nichols now coming up to the plate. Cole Nichols on the season batting .250, takes ball 1 a little bit low. Cole Nichols, of course, remember him from basketball season. He was a very hard individual to stop in basketball, no doubt. Let us know where you're watching from and who you're rooting for. I know that Coach James Sneed sent out the links to the Dexter folks, letting them know about this game on social media. Ball 3 taken upstairs, 3 balls and no strikes. Here is the 4th pitch of the at-bat. There's a strike called right down the middle. Kaden Kennedy is on deck. This one got him on the inside part of the plate. I believe it's going to be a walk. And Nichols will now trot down to first base with 1 down. And the first walk of the game issued by Eisenbeis. I can hear Coach Edwards all the way down in the dugout here along the third base line. This one is outside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes here. Mules Baseball proudly presented by the Bank of Missouri, Scott Law Group, LLC, Briggs & Stratton. Also being brought to you by Larry Hillis Dodge, Eye Care Specialist, and Christian Automotive and Tire. Here is the 1-0 pitch on the way to Kaden Kennedy. This one is pitched outside for ball 2. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Kaden Kennedy this season batting .600. He's got 1 homer this year, 6 RBIs to go along with 3 runs. He's got some power for sure, especially on the left side. This one misses downstairs for ball 3, so now it's 3 balls and no strikes. Runner on first base here for the Dexter Bearcats. We are back on the air tomorrow afternoon at SEMO Conference game tomorrow, as the Mules take on the Kennett Indians. And this one misses up top for back-to-back walks issued to Nichols and then Kennedy. So after getting the leadoff man on strikes, back-to-back walks here by Eisenbeis. And it's going to bring up the cleanup man, Taylor Kondik now. He is batting .500 on the season so far. He's got no homers, 2 RBIs. He has also walked 1 time so far this season. 3-0 is the score in case you're just joining us here on the video side. Mules only had 1 hit in the top part of the inning. That was by Kaden King. Otherwise, it was walks and a hit by pitch. This one is ball 1 taken outside. Now we're going to get a call, or I should say Coach Edwards now going to race out and talk to Eisenbeis and kind of get him settled down somewhat. While he does that, we'll remind you Mules Baseball is all being brought to you by our good friends at First Midwest Bank. Also being brought to you by Kevin's Auto Repair, PB Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialists, Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, the Ozark Federal Credit Union. Also being brought to you by Air Solutions, First Choice Insurance, Los Margaritas, Mayas, and Taco Taco. All proud supporters of Mules Baseball this season. And, of course, Ron Withrow loving the scoreboard there, Tim. Good job getting that scoreboard all ready to go. He gives me thumbs up outside. He's really a good trooper to be able to stay outside. We're thankful to be inside here today. And there's ball 1 taken outside. It's 2 balls and no strikes now to Taylor Kondik. You look at some of his numbers with runners in scoring position. He is batting .500 so far this season with runners on second and at third base. There is ball 3 taken. That's what Dexter's known for. You look at their numbers offensively, and they're going to score some runs on you, no doubt about it. It's not going to be a low-scoring game here by the Bearcats. Typically, they don't do that. And there's another walk issued. Now the bases are loaded. Dexter right now coming in, scoring almost 11 runs a ball game. They're giving up about 6 runs a ball game. So now 3rd walk of the game issued. 3 walks in a row. And now the bases, much like in the top part of the inning, bases are loaded now with 1 down. And there's a strike called to Bo Carrier. He is batting .333 on the season. He's got no homers, 2 RBIs. He's got 2 hits. He's got a single and a double. So here this afternoon, it is 1 ball and 1 strike here to Bo Carrier. This one misses downstairs for ball 2. It's 2 balls and a strike now. 3-0 Mules lead, but the Bearcats, they've got them loaded right here in the first inning. And there's a ball taken downstairs. It's low, and now it's 3 balls and no strikes. 3 balls and 1 strike. We'll see if the Mules here, what they can do. There's a ground ball, hit sharply. This one gets into right field. Valenzuela scoops it up, and they're going to send the runner home, and he is safe. And the runner will advance to second base on the throw. So 2 runs come across. So now it is second and third base, 2 RBIs.
Oh, you ain't gotta go anywhere.
A base hit to left, or make that right field. And now it'll be Adam Sailors who takes ball outside.
Watch it all the way in, okay? Don't give up on it. Hit the spin.
I can hear Coach Sneed all the way up here. Man, Dexter's going to miss him next year. He is retiring after this season. He does so much for Dexter. Forget about being a coach. Man, he is an amazing IT person. We're sure going to miss him next year for sure. Here is the 1-1 offering outside for ball 2. It's 2 balls and 1 strike here. And Coach Edwards doesn't really want to, but he may have to go to the bullpen here. We talked about this in the pregame show. We're hoping that's not going to be the case, but we'll see what happens here. This one is downstairs, and it's ball 3 now. 3 balls and a strike to Adam Sailors. Sailors here coming in, batting 100 on the season. He's got no homers and an RBI. Looking for, there's a strike called, and now it is a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. You can hear Coach Sneed in the background telling his player, hit it and play. Runners on second and third, lost him again. That's going to bring another another mound visit coming out. So already 4 walks in the inning and 1 hit, and we might be going to the bullpen here early. It looks like Axton Eisenbeis, his day is going to come to an end. So with that being said, we'll get a pitching change, and we're going to go right to Trip Belknap here to begin this one as Axton Eisenbeis goes 1/3 of an inning. We'll come back. We'll give you the numbers on Trip Belknap. When we come back, you're listening to Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So we are back here in Dexter, and Eisenbeis, his day is going to come to an end on the mound anyway. And he goes 1/3 of an inning. And, of course, he pitched so far in this ball game. He went 28 pitches here in the inning, and his day has come to an end with 1/3 of an inning. And now we're going to see Trip Belknap as he will come in, and we have seen a lot of him in recent days. And, of course, Trip Belknap had a great outing on Saturday when he took on the Cape Central Tigers. So we'll see what Belknap here is able to do in relief in the first inning. His first pitch is taken for a called strike 1. So Eisenbeis, he's done for the afternoon, at least on the defensive part here as far as pitching goes. And strike one was called. There's a swing and a miss. So now it's 0-2 now as a Trip Belknap is in relief here this afternoon. Belknap, he has faced 33 batters this season. He's gone 8 innings so far. He's given up 4 hits, 4 runs. All 4 were earned. He walks 5 and strikes out 10. This one just misses upstairs for 1 ball and 2 strikes. So you look at the numbers here by Eisenbeis. He goes 1/3 of an inning, gives up 2 runs. Also walked 4 batters and struck out 1. Count is even now. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Trip Belknap, who comes in relief. So the Mules now trying to get out of a jam. There's a ground ball. This one is going to stay foul. And Coach Edwards will go out there and snag the ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I'll get to some of the social media questions or comments coming in here momentarily. Belknap. This one is ripped down the first base line. It is also foul, so we'll do it again. Good crowd here in attendance here to watch the Dexter Bearcats and the Poplar Bluff Mules. Lady Bearcats in action as well. Punch out. He is out on strikes. 2 down in the inning. And that was Jackson Howard called on strikes.
Easy bait. You ready, Kason? Build it up. You're ready now. You never know. Let's go. Knock it down.
So now up next is Noah Alford. He is the center fielder. He takes ball 1 a little bit inside. So make that 1 ball and no strikes to Noah Alford coming in, batting .500 on the season. He's got a couple of RBIs, also 2 base hits and a triple. And there's a strike called right down the heart of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike, much like in the first inning, the top part of the inning. This is the 8th man to bat in the inning for the Dexter Bearcats. Belknap, long look at third base. It's Kondik. Here is the call right down the middle. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes now. So now Trip Belknap is 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning. Belknap comes set at the belt, and here's the pitch. This one's swing and a miss, and he's down on strikes. Well, 2 runs come across on 1 hit. It took 39 pitches overall, but Belknap comes in and strikes out 2 batters, and the Mules are up by a run. It's 3-2 on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Got Ram Truck Month going on. Fresh inventory arriving daily. We still need your quality pre-owned vehicles, whether you want to trade or you just want to sell. We want to look at it. The Ram Truck Month is going on now.
And we are back, and it took Belknap only 11 pitches in the inning to get 2 strikeouts. And for the Mules, they strand 3 runners, as do the Dexter Bearcats. Mules are going to come back up now to the plate. And the Mules left 2 on base in the top part of inning number 1. So now we'll see what the Mules here can do. It'll be 9-1-2, all due up here for the Mules. In the top part of inning number 2, Tyler Mathis now walks over to first base, or he runs over to first base. And for the Dexter Bearcats here on the mound, still it'll be Camden Riley, the right-hander for the Dexter Bearcats. Jacob Valenzuela now steps in here for the Mules, and he takes ball 1 a little bit low to begin this at bat. Valenzuela batting .200 on the season. He's got a couple of base hits, had one on Saturday, also 2 RBIs on Saturday. He's also walked 3 times so far this season. And he'll take ball 2 a little bit outside at 2 balls and no strikes now. Brady Robertson led things off with a walk, came in to score a run. He is on deck. This one inside for ball 3, so it's 3 balls and no strikes now. Valenzuela trying to get on board here. Let it be the second leadoff man of the game to get on for the Mules. Here is a 3-0 offering. This one just taken inside for, outside rather, for strike 1. It is 3 balls and a strike. Don't forget, coming up tomorrow, we'll be at home. It'll be against the Kenna Indians. Another SEMO Conference game. In there, strike called right down the middle. Payoff pitch is on the way for Valenzuela. Valenzuela's walked 3 times. He has struck out twice this year so far. And here is the payoff pitch on the way by Riley. Inside, lost him. It looked good from up here, but the Mules will take it. Ball 4 to Jacob Valenzuela. And that is the 4th walk of the game by Riley here in this ball game. So now Robertson is going to come up to the plate now. Robertson walked and scored his first time. It'll be a right-hander versus lefty as Brady Robertson coming up, batting .500 on the season for the Mules. Take strike 1 outside, a part of the plate. Valenzuela, not known for his speed on the base pads. He hasn't stolen a base so far this year, but he might try it here. He's got a good lead away from first base. Riley comes set. Shows bunt. This one out of play behind us. Now it's no balls and 2 strikes, so take the bunt away from Robertson. Kobe Greenwald awaits on deck. He struck out his first time. We are in inning number 2 right now, and the Mules have a 1-run lead, 3-2. So now Robertson digs in. Here's the 0-2 pitch. There's a fly ball. This one's going to get down for a base hit. He goes the opposite direction out to left field, and just like that, it is now 2 runners on, nobody out here in the inning. Robertson, another big hit, his 8th base hit of the season. Now Kobe Greenwald had 3 hits on Saturday, struck out back in the first. He would love to get something going right here with the Mules only up by a run. Long look at second base. Greenwald does a great job on the bunt. He's only going to have 1 play. He's safe. And the catcher, I should say, Riley, could not field it cleanly. Going to give that a hit or an error. It's going to be an E1. And Jacob Ballard taking strike 1 on the inside part of the plate. So Greenwald does a great job. He does reach base on an E1. Downstairs for ball 1. It's 1 ball and 1 strike now to the Mules catcher, Jacob Ballard. Kaden King awaits on deck. King already with an RBI base hit. Ballard walked and scored back in the first, and there's some sweet chin music for you. Had to get out of the way. 2 balls and a strike. There's a fly ball. This one, it ricochets off the fencing and back into play. It's a foul ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Roger Faith says the building on the other side of the fence in left field. I see the building. His grandson hit a ball on the top of the roof. Wow. Wouldn't mind seeing a couple of those balls flying out of here today if you're the Mules. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bases are loaded. Up high for ball 3. The Mules have them loaded. Nobody down. Ballard had a big triple last game with the bases loaded. He is coming in this season batting .333 with runners in scoring position, and it's going to be ball 4. And the Mules will come around and score a run. So it is now 4-2 is the score as Valenzuela comes across the score. And we may be getting a pitching change. I believe we are going to get a pitching change. That being said, we'll step away a quick timeout. We'll come back. We'll tell you about the new pitcher in just a moment. This call of the bullpen being brought to you by Larry Hillis Dodge on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Breathe easier and extend the life of your HVAC system, plus fewer repair bills with Air Solutions Comprehensive Maintenance Plan. You'll save money and get the peace of mind that only comes from calling Air Solutions, 785-1500. First Choice Insurance. Let their family protect your family. They provide insurance for home, auto, life, health, farm, and recreational vehicles. Call today for a free quote, 573-686-2870. First Choice Insurance. Our family protecting your family.
So a call to the bullpen here, and the Mules went to the bullpen very early in the ball game, and now so has the Dexter Bearcats. And, of course, for the Dexter Bearcats, their second pitcher of the day is going to be Ryan Young. He has also pitched 3 innings. He'll move in from left field, and now he'll take over. He has an ERA of 7.00 so far, 3 hits and 3 runs. All 3 were earned runs. He walked 3 batters and struck out 5. Also hit a couple of batters. He is the left-hander on the mound for the Dexter Bearcats here as we get ready to go. And once again, the Mules have the bases loaded again. Kaden King now is going to be the Mules batter coming up. Nobody out in the inning, and the Mules right now lead this game by a score of 4-2. We got started at 4 o'clock here today. We have only played 1 full inning in 37 minutes so far, and the Mules have them loaded, nobody down, up by 1 run here in the ball game. So, of course, the Mules trying to figure out a way to stay hot and get this going. I appreciate that, Roger. Glad you are enjoying. We had some issues here to begin the ball game, but I think most of those issues now have kind of resolved a little bit on their own, and now we are able to do everything the way we should be doing it. Kaden King now stepping up to the plate, already an RBI base hit. He also come around to score as well back in the first inning. First pitch is popped up out of play by Kaden King. Sailors now will move from second base. He is now over in left field. Here is the pitch on the way. This one's ripped in for a base hit. Sailors now. And Coach Edwards is going to let one man score. Another RBI base hit here by Kaden King. And now it is a 5-2 lead as Robertson comes across to score. So Kaden King, another RBI. He's got 2 in the ball game now. King walked, and there's a base hit down the third base line, so he didn't waste time. He's going to get 2 RBIs and 2 more runs come across the score. That was hit in the exact same location. 2 RBIs by Cannon Carr and a runner on first and second base now. And there are still nobody out here in the inning.
Oh, yeah, Todd!
It is now 7-2 now. Mules lead it. Ty Rommel comes up to the plate. He walked his first time up. Or I should say he was hit by a pitch, rather. This one is fouled away down the third base line. So Ty Rommel now. Mules have opened this thing up to a 5-run lead again. They lead 7-2. Mules have come around and scored 4 more runs. This one he was able to hold up. He checked his swing. It's 2 balls and a strike now. Going to try to find you a score on the Lady Bearcats as they are in action. Softball team. They're taking on Twin Rivers. Of course, my daughter plays for Twin Rivers, obviously, so I'm very interested in that game. 3 balls and a strike now to Mr. Rommel. On deck is going to be Noah Spain. Mules right now with a nice lead of 7-2. 3 balls and 1 strike. Time called there by the pitcher, and of course it is granted by the home plate umpire. Glad to have you alongside. Strike is called, and now it is a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nice to see some folks checking in from Southside and Jackson, Tennessee, watching us on YouTube. We got a chance to watch their great basketball team at the Showdown this year. Class acts all the way. And this one, Rommel is going to walk on the payoff pitch, and the bases are loaded again. Another walk here issued in the inning. And now Noah Spain hit it to shortstop his first time. And there's a swing and a miss by Noah Spain. By the way, Riley moves over. He's going to be the second baseman now. Start of the game as pitcher. Martha Kirkman tuning in from Poplar Bluff. Ball goes to the backstop, and he is safe. Kaden King comes in to score on the wild pitch. So Kaden King now will come across, and it is now 8-2. Mules lead this ball game. Runners on second and third base now. It is 2 balls and a strike to Noah Spain. Eisenbeister make that trip. Belknap, I believe, is on deck for the Mules. Came in last inning. And now it's 3 balls and a strike. Martha Kirkman says she is watching Go Poplar Bluff. Big Mules fan. She's in the same boat that I'm in, Martha. How are you doing with the kids about to graduate? There's a pop fly by Spain. This one may get down. It will. 1 run comes in, and Coach Edwards is going to hold Ty Rommel at third base. Nice hit by Spain, and he will get an RBI. It's runners on first and third base. It's now 9-2. So Noah Spain with an RBI. Trip Belknap is going to come up to the plate now. Belknap looking for his first hit of this season. Shoves bunt, pulls it back, and the runner takes off, and Noah Spain will wind up on second base with a stolen base. Mules lead it here 9-2. We're in inning number 2. Now, Martha, I'm in the same boat. The only difference is you've got 2, I've got 1 graduating this year, and I'm not handling it at all either.
A lot of confidence, kid. Find you only. Here we go.
2 balls and no strikes now to Trip Belknap. I wonder how Eric is taking it. I bet he's like me. A lot of emotions going through the kids about to graduate. Swing and a miss there by Trip Belknap. Mules have runners on second and third base. Spain at second base. Ty Rommel leads away from third. It's 2 balls and a strike. Mules lead this game at 9-2. and we are in the second inning right now. Swing and a miss by Belknap. He was going to take that one for a ride. Yes, we're going to have to find lots to keep us busy. The only sad thing about today is I'm in Dexter. My daughter's playing softball here in Dexter. I can't see the softball field from this angle. Ball thrown in the dirt. Good job by Coach Edwards hanging on to tie Rommel on third base, not letting him go just yet. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The Mules have batted around. Valenzuela, he is on deck still. Nobody out here in the inning. Swing and a miss, and that will change that. So there's the first out of the inning. Hard to believe that is out number 1. So leading things off was Jacob Valenzuela. He walked and scored in this inning, and now he'll come up with runners on second and third base, and the Mules have a 7-run lead. Here's the opening pitch here to Valenzuela. It is taken for a strike on the outside part of the plate. I'll have to call Eric, Miss Martha. We'll all stay busy. We'll get together and do something for sure. I was so honored again this season. Mike Owens, the principal for Poplar Bluff, called me up a couple of weeks ago and asked me to once again read off the names at graduation this year. I accepted that, obviously. I think it's May 26th, I believe, is when Bluff graduates. Twin Rivers graduates on May the 1st. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes here. 2 balls and a strike, rather. 2 balls and a strike here to Valenzuela, who walked and scored in this inning. Up high for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike, and Brady Robertson, he awaits on deck. He singled and scored in the inning. 2 balls, and I'll make that 3 balls and a strike, rather. To Valenzuela trying to pick up from third base, and he'll go to, no, strike called. It'll be a full count now. Nope, they're going to say it was a ball. I thought it was a ball. So now Valenzuela, second walk of the inning. Thank you, Miss Martha. Last year I got a chance to do it, and it was so much fun. I really enjoyed every bit of it. I get to see a lot of these kids in different functions of sports, and it's really nice to be able to kind of see them off. The hard part is during the practice part of graduation. That's always the toughest part for me because we go through it so fast, and then I think I've got all the names nailed, and then after it's all said and done, I've got about 60 seniors waiting to talk to me to say, hey, you got it wrong. So then I've got to go back, and I've got to, Tim laughs at me, but it happened last year. It's a funny story. We went through it so fast, and I thought I was like, man, I got this all right. And then at the very end, I was like, okay, I didn't do so well. So I had to go back, and I had to restudy everything. And then the names of the list changed on me a couple of times the night of graduation. So it was always a lot of fun. I'm glad Mike Owens gave me a call again this year. Glad I didn't stink it up too bad last year. 3 balls and no strikes now to Brady Robertson. He is 1 for 1 on the night, and he takes strike 1 on the inside part of the plate. 3 balls and a strike. Mules lead at 9-2. They are trying to open this game. It's already open wide up. They're trying to even make it even wider now. There's a pop fly. This one is going to get out of play behind us. Watch out, Tim. He's outside in the elements. I don't mean to keep poking the bear, but Tim, it's nice and warm up here, buddy. You're missing out. The windows don't open up in the press box up here, so I can say that. Here is the 3-2 pitch, and this one's popped up. This one going out to left field. Sailor's coming in to make a play. It's going to drop in the middle. Nobody's going to wind up and get it. And the sun played a huge angle, and actually Nichols was the man that tried to make a play on it. It stayed in the infield. But the sun got to him, and they're going to give that one a base hit. So 1 RBI by Brady Robertson. It is now 10-2. Thank you, Martha. I appreciate that. Hopefully this year I'll do just as good, if not better. Here is the opening pitch here to Kobe Greenwald. Check swing foul. He was able to reach earlier in the inning, bunted his way on. No balls and a strike here to Kobe Greenwald. Jacob Ballard is on deck. And this one's taken downstairs for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. There's a rip. This one high into the outfield. It's going to be caught. Oh, it's going to be dropped. And they may wind up and get the out at second base on a force out, and that's going to be out number 2. So Kondik dropped it. And Robertson is going to be out at second base. So another run comes across. It's now 11-2. And there is 2 outs in the inning now. Swing and a miss by Jacob Ballard. It's going to be fouled out of play, actually. Fouled that one down the left field line. Bratcher looks like he is warming up in the Mules bullpen now. We may see him a lot here today. Didn't see a lot of him the other day against Cape Central. Another pop-up, this one by Ballard. And Kennedy throws off his helmet, but it's going to get out of play quickly. No balls and 2 strikes. Greenwald standing on first base. Valenzuela on third. Bratcher came in and pitched 1/3 of an inning on Saturday, so his arm is fresh and ready to go. Southside wishing the Mules baseball team the best of luck this season. They're watching us on YouTube. Tim, they were a fun team to watch in basketball during the showdown. Am I right on that? Class act all the way. Their athletic director was so nice. The head coach was awesome. Their players was awesome. They were a lot of fun to cover during the showdown. This one popped up again by Ballard. This one down the first base line. It is going to get out of play, and we'll do it again. Still no balls and 2 strikes. It is 11-2 now. Mules here with a 9-run lead here in inning number 2. Mules trying to get to 2-0 in the conference. This one pitches outside for ball 1. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Trying to get an update on the Twin Rivers and Dexter ball game. Twin Rivers got their first win the other night on Friday against Oran. They won 9-0. 2 balls and 2 strikes now as Ballard stands in. The Mules have batted around in the inning. They have scored 8 runs in the inning. They scored 9 runs on Saturday in the 6th inning, and they've scored 8 runs here. Runner takes off, and it's ball 3. Greenwald, and make that ball 4 rather. And the bases are loaded as Greenwald took off on the payoff pitch. And we're going to get, I believe, as we're going to see a courtesy runner coming in now for Jacob Ballard. And the courtesy runner is going to be Dylan Hall, number 9. Twin Rivers right now, they lead Dexter 1-0 right now. So good for Twin Rivers. And Kaden King, he has been a monster here in the ball game. 2 base hits, 2 RBIs. He takes ball 1 a little bit low. 1 ball and no strikes now to the Mules' first baseman. Strike called outside part of the plate. We have played 1 2/3 innings so far, Tim, and already 56 minutes. That's how long the game has been going on. There's a rip. This one out to center field. It's going to be caught by the center fielder, Alford. And the inning comes to an end, but the Mules, they bat around. They get 8 runs on 5 hits and an error in the inning. It'll be Young, Riley, and Nichols when we come back. The Mules lead this game by a score of 11-2. You're listening to Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Go Mules! The Bank of Missouri wishes the Mules a fantastic season. Live well, play well, bank well. At 130 years strong, you can count on us to support you through all the seasons of life.
The Scott Law Group, a family-owned firm providing trusted legal counsel for matters pertaining to real estate, personal injury, criminal, and family law. Call 785-4688 or online, scottlawgroupmode.com.
So, final numbers, by the way, on Riley, who began the ball game here. That is on Camden Riley, who started this game for the Dexter Bearcats. Riley coming in this game, he went 1 inning overall. He threw 49 pitches, giving up 2 runs, or make that 2 hits, 7 runs, 5 earned. He also walked 1, struck out 1. And then Riley would come in to close it out here. Ryan Young, he also pitched an inning so far. He has given up 4 hits, 4 runs. All 4 were earned. He walked 3 and struck out 1. So far, 8 total walks in the ball game here by Dexter pitching. Now we're going to get another move into the bullpen. This one's going to be Dylan Bratcher. He is going to come in now for the first time in this ball game, and he will replace the Trip Belknap. So Dylan Bratcher now coming in. We'll get you some of his numbers right now as well. And Bratcher is so far, he's made 2 appearances so far this season. He has faced 16 batters. He has given up 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, walked 2, struck out 2. He's got an ERA right now of 14, but that number very skewed because of the opening weekend in the Springfield area. That being said, Ryan Young now coming up to the plate. He is not batted so far. There's a swing and a miss, and the inning is underway. So Dexter pitching so far in the ball game has given up 11 runs and 8 walks so far. And the Mules are now using their 3rd pitcher of the ball game. Another swing and a miss, and now it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes. It'll be 9-1-2, all due up for the Bearcats. It'll be Camden Riley. He is on deck, and then Cole Nichols. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes. So Ryan Young down on strikes, and now Camden Riley, who struck out looking back in the first. He is now stepping up to the plate with the Mules leading this game by a score of 11-2. So Dylan Bratcher coming in here in the bottom half of the 2nd inning. This one goes back to the backstop. Ball 1 taken to Camden Riley. So Riley now trying to get on base here. Bratcher comes set, and here's the offering. There's a fly ball. This one is going to get out towards second base. Making the catch in second base is Noah Spain, and there are 2 down in the inning. Good catch by Noah Spain. Had to go a little ways to get it, but now 2 up and 2 down in the inning, and that'll go F4 on the out. So now Cole Nichols, who walked and scored his first time, steps up to the plate. 11-2 is the score, and there's a strike called on the outside part of the plate. It is 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss.
Go, Cole.
1 ball and 2 strikes now. And this one is going to go back to the backstop. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. On deck is Kaden Kennedy. He also walked and scored his last time up as well. Here is the 2-2 pitch on the way by Bratcher. Up high for ball 3. Count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Mules would love to get out of the inning here with no damage done. This one's fouled away, back to the screen. We'll do it again. Bratcher has come in. He has pitched a really good inning so far. He's got 2 outs. It's full count now. Bratcher comes set. Here's the pitch. This is a ground ball hit sharply over to third base. Greenwald makes the catch and throws over to first base. They go 1, 2, 3. We go to the top part of the inning. It'll be Carr, Rommel, and Spain is all due up in the top part of inning number 3. You're listening to Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Some things have changed since 1952. We changed our name, expanded our territory, and added branches in the communities we serve. But the most important thing remains the same. We treat our members like family. Experience the credit union difference. Ozark Federal Credit Union. Membership eligibility required. Insured by NCUA.
Christian Automotive and Tire. Quality name brand tires that you know and trust. They also have ASE certified mechanics that have the training, tools, and knowledge to fix your vehicle right the first time. Business 67 South in Poplar Bluff.
Before we begin this top part of the inning, let's go ahead now and pause at 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. It is 2 minutes now before 5 p.m. I'm Frankie Castillo. You're listening live to Mules Baseball on today's talk, 93.3 FM, 930 AM, KWOC. We're streaming live at KWOC.com. And, of course, Tim Hicks is bravely outside in the cool weather. Thankfully, there's not much cloud cover here this afternoon, but that sun is starting to go down where Tim is. I can only tell you, here in the press box, Tim, it feels like 40 degrees in here. I'm very cold like you are, my friend. Very, very cold. I got the door open. That's the reason. I'm trying to make you feel better, Tim. I'm trying. Tim's doing a great job. We had some technical issues here when we got started, but the good news is Tim was able to fix things on his end. I was able to fix things on my end on the fly. We work well together. This isn't our first rodeo for sure. Kaden Carr leads us off and takes strike 1 right down the middle. Kaden Carr 1 for 1 in the ball game. Singled a 2 RBI base hit back last inning. He also walked back in the first. Taken outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. My good friend Ron Withrow says, "Let's go Mules." He is tuning in. Glad to have him alongside. Joshua Knight tuning in as well. He says, "Let's go Mules." Kaden Carr takes ball 2 inside. My good friend Ed, he is watching from Jefferson City. 1970 starting quarterback for the Mules and graduated in 71. Glad to have you alongside, my friend. Is it just as cool right now in Jefferson City as it is here in Dexter? We started at 57 degrees at game time. Right now, we are still holding on to 57 degrees, and we've got an east wind at around 12 miles an hour. There's a rip by Kaden Carr. It's going toward the gap. It's going to fall in for at least a double, and Carr is going to hang up there, and he's got a leadoff double to begin the 3rd inning. What a drive by Kaden Carr. So Carr gets his second hit of the ball game. This one's a double. And the Mules are leading off here. Ty Rommel comes up to bat. Ty Rommel so far. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning. He walked in the second inning. So we'll see what he has in store right now with a leadoff man on second base. And there's a rip down the third base line. This one's going to go foul. No balls and a strike here. Ty Rommel batting .250 with runners in scoring position. The Mules coming into the ball game have left 30 men on base so far this year. They've left 5 so far in this ball game in 2 innings. They've got number 6 right now on second base. This one is taken for ball 1. It gets away from the catcher, and it's going to be a pass ball, and Kaden Carr is going to wind up on third base. So now the Mules have another run in scoring position. This one is Kaden Carr. Mules lead 11-2. Remember, there is a run rule into effect. If the Mules can go up by 15 runs here in the third and not give up any runs in the bottom part of the inning, game would be over. But we have a long way to go before that happens. Mules right now lead by 9. A runner is in scoring position, standing on third base. Boy, a big game coming up tomorrow. It'll be in Poplar Bluff, not looking past the Dexter Bearcats here. Swing and a miss by Ty Rommel, but a big game tomorrow. And honestly, tomorrow could dictate whether or not we have a 1 or a 2 seed coming up in the upcoming SEMO Conference tournament. There's a rip by Rommel. This one going out to left field, and it's going to go down. Good job there by Sailors, who tried to make a play on it, and it'll be a double. So back-to-back doubles here to begin the inning, and an RBI by Ty Rommel. And that is the 12th run of the ball game to come in to score. Ty Rommel, a big RBI that time. Boy, the Mules hitting has become very contagious over the last 3 games. There's a swing and a miss by Spain. He got a base hit his last time up. Also an RBI to go along with the hit. But tomorrow we will take on the Kennett Indians. Mules up by 10 runs now. This is a ball taken outside. If the Mules are able to hold on to win this game.
Where you going with it? Two's up.
So Twin Rivers now. There's a swing and a miss, leading Dexter 7-0 in softball. Side note, my daughter hit a solid double into center field. So that's some good news. Normally, I'm worried about her striking out. She does better when I'm not around. She does. That's a true statement. She does so much better when I'm not around. So Twin Rivers up by 7 runs in their game against Dexter. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Noah Spain. This one's fouled away, out of play, and we'll do it again. Noah Spain getting some playing time as a freshman, and he is making the most of his opportunity. Dylan Bratcher is on deck, and then it'll be Valenzuela. This one is in the dirt. Good stop by Kennedy. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So tomorrow afternoon, we will be in Poplar Bluff. Tim, we got to get there early tomorrow and make sure we have no equipment issues, being that it's going to be against Kennett. And there's a strike 3 called. And there is the first out of the inning. Noah Spain out looking with 1 down in the inning. And now Dylan Bratcher's going to come into the plate. Bratcher looking for his first hit of this season so far. This one is outside for a ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. So now a long look by Ryan Young back at second base. This one is in the dirt for ball 2. It's 2 balls and no strikes now. Ryan Young so far has thrown 62 pitches here in the ball game. Bratcher ahead, 2 balls and no strikes. Here is the 2-0 pitch on the way. This one's fouled away. This one gets back to the backstop. 2 balls and a strike.
Hey, let's go now, Brad.
So Shelby's tuning in on YouTube and says, go Nolan Alford out there for Dexter. Glad to have Dexter folks tuning in as well. We appreciate James Sneed, the head coach here of Dexter, for getting out the links to these folks here in Dexter. There's a fly ball. This one gets out of play, and we'll do it again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. See, Tim, I bet you're glad I moved the company car, aren't you? I moved that thing in the back 40. That way we wouldn't get hit with a ball. Young looking back at second base. This one gets away to the backstop. And Rommel is going to take off, and he'll be standing on third base. So the Mules have a runner once again on third base. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 1 down in the inning. Bratcher trying to help his own cause. It is a 10-run lead right now. Mules lead it by a score of 12-2, up by 10 runs. And here's the payoff pitch. And Bratcher is going to trot down to first base. Runners on first and third base. As you heard the home plate umpire, Aiden Dawes now is going to come in for a courtesy run. So Aiden Dawes at first base, Ty Rommel standing on third. Bratcher does his job. And now we're going to see Jacob Valenzuela coming up to the plate. He has walked twice. He walked his first time back in the second inning, came around to score, and now we'll see what he can do here. Valenzuela batting .200 on the year. He's got a couple of RBIs and 2 hits to go along with it. There's a rocket shot. This one is just foul. Woo! Valenzuela got a hold of one, but it went foul, but not by much. Boy, Coach Edwards, he was ready to send everybody. He was going to have Aiden Dawes score from first base. There was no doubt about it. He was on the horse. Even up by 10 runs, he was not taking any chances. Valenzuela will do it again. He turned on one and ripped it down the third base line. It went just foul. So here is the 0-1 pitch, a throw back to first base, and Aiden Dawes is going to take off, and he will get to second. And the Mules are going to be safe at home. A double steal. And Ty Rommel comes across to score. And Aiden Dawes winds up on second. Boy, that doesn't happen very often. A double steal, and just like that, Mules now with another run. And it is now 13-2. So Valenzuela now, or I should say Aiden Dawes, he is dancing off on second base. You getting a good shot of that, Tim? He's just out there dancing around. He's between literally almost second and third base. And there's a rip, a shot. This one's going to be a base hit. And Aiden Dawes is going to be waved home, and the throw is going to come in, and he is out at home. So 2 outs in the inning. So Aiden Dawes is going to be thrown out. Good throw by Sailors into the catcher. And Valenzuela now is going to wind up on second base. So 2 outs in the inning in the third. And Brady Robertson, a swing and a miss. Mules still lead 11, or make that 13-2. Ron Withrow said, hit like Will Smith. That's pretty funny. You know what, Ron? I've got a theory on this. I really do think that last night was... And third out of the inning. We'll come right back, and the Mules right now lead it 13-2 on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Kevin's Auto and Tire is a family-owned one-stop shop for fast, friendly, and affordable automotive services with the latest tools and technology as well as their time-tested automotive knowledge. They're guaranteed to get your vehicle fixed without breaking the bank.
Eye Care Specialists is committed to the protection and the preservation of the precious gift of sight. Nothing is more important than your eyesight. That's the way the doctors of Eye Care Specialists see it.
All right, Dylan Bratcher once again back on the mound for the Poplar Bluff Mules. In the inning. And by the way, the new second baseman here is going to be Aiden Dawes at number 14. He just makes the first out for the Mules. So one down here in the inning. It is 1 ball, no strikes. And now, as Taylor Kondik now hits it outside to right field, and this one will be taken by Jacob Valenzuela. So now there are 2 outs in the inning. Quickly 2 down. And now for the Dexter Bearcats, this will be their third batter of the inning now, and this will be Bo Carrier. So quickly 2 down, and this one is ripped out of play behind us, and it's going to be no balls and a strike. So 2 down here in the inning.
I'm so cold-natured, I can't handle it.
So no balls and a strike as Bo Carrier, who got two RBI base hit back in the first inning. And this one misses. 13-2, Mules lead it here. One ball and two strikes to Bo Carrier. Time called by the home plate umpire. There we go. We're back here live on Facebook, YouTube, and the radio. This one gets away. Count is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Joan Hicks says, good game. So 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 down in the inning. Here's the pitch, and this one's a smash out there to shortstop. Robertson, long throw to first base. King can't come up with it cleanly. And he was going to have a hard time getting him out anyway. They'll give him an infield base hit on that one. It was going to be tough to get him. Carrier is going to reach with a 2-out hit. So now Bratcher will do it again to Adam Sailors, and this one's fouled away to the screen. It's no balls and a strike. Mules Baseball proudly presented by the Bank of Missouri, Scott Law Group, LLC, Briggs & Stratton, Larry Hillis Dodge, Eye Care Specialist, and Christian Automotive and Tire. Swing and a miss, and now it's no balls and 2 strikes. Mules lead at 13-2 here in the bottom half of inning number 3. There's a rip outside to shortstop, and this time it's a foot race, and Robertson will take the out at second base. And the Dexter Bearcats strand a runner. We go top half of inning number 4, and the Mules lead at 13-2 on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers is a third-generation family-owned jewelry and repair store who have served the Poplar Bluff community for over 60 years.
Our family has always worked hard to provide the finest jewelry creations and service imaginable.
Las Margaritas and Mayas, serving up the best authentic Mexican food since 1997. The Esquivel family, always proud to support our Poplar Bluff Mules.
So the Bearcats now will have their third pitcher of the ballgame, Bo Carrier, the big right-hander for the Bearcats. He will come off of first base, and that's where he will now make his way, and he'll pitch here in the bottom half or top half of inning number 4. And the Mules now lead it by a score of 13-2. Coming up for the Mules, Kobe Greenwald coming up. It'll be Greenwald, Ballard, and then King all due up in the inning. Mules now here in this ball game. They've got 13 runs on 9 hits. Dexter has 2 runs on 2 hits. They've also got a couple of errors as well. 2, 3, and 4 are all due up for the Mules here in this fourth inning, leading 13-2. So now Greenwald stepping in, and he takes strike one on the outside, a part of the plate. No balls and a strike. Coming up on an hour and a half, we have been on the air for Mules baseball this afternoon. Back on the air tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow's game at 4:30. This one's going to hit Colby Greenwald, and he'll wind up on first base. Second hit by pitch here in the game by the Mules batters. Ty Rama was the first. And now Jacob Baller going to come up now. Baller here in the ball game has walked twice and scored twice. He's also got an RBI. He had the bases loaded the last time that he walked. First one is in there for a call to strike one. Mules have some more activity here in the bullpen. Nope, just some kids messing around. Thought maybe that was another pitcher, but they're going to be going to, looks like Dylan Bratcher here the remainder of the game. He's getting some innings for sure. Greenwald going to be called back to first base.
Hit the ball hard, Five. Stay hot, Five. Hit it hard, kid.
You can hear some of the Mules fans getting behind Jacob Baller there. He has had a great couple of ball games here for sure, hitting-wise. I know today he hasn't hit the ball, but, I mean, he has drawn some walks, and that's just as important as anything else. Twin Rivers still leading 8-1 right now in their ball game over the Dexter Lady Bearcats. This one's fouled away into the dugout there on third base. 1 ball and 2 strikes here in the top half of inning number 4. Mules baseball proudly presented by First Midwest Bank, Kevin's Auto Repair, PB Realty, Legacy Farm and Land Specialist, and Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers. Runner takes off, and there's a line drive. This one out to left field. It's going to get behind Sailors. And now the Mules are going to bring one around to score. Colby Greenwald can trot in to home base. And it'll be a base hit and then an error.
Number 10, Courtesy.
And we're going to see David Durbin coming in to the ball game now.
Hey, 0, David, 0. Go, Cat, stay hot. Stay consistent. Let's go. 0.
So a courtesy runner now. David Durbin is going to come in for Jacob Baller. And now Kaden King comes up to the plate. And he has had a great ball game. 2 out of 3 so far in the ball game. Kaden King, 2 RBI base hits. He's also scored a couple of runs. It's now 14-2. Mules lead it. Baller leads, or make that David Durbin rather, leads away, and there's the second hit by pitch in the ball game. And now Mules have runners on first and second base. And we're going to see Kaden Carr, he is done for the day. We're going to see into the ball game now is Dylan Hall, number 9. So Kaden Carr will get to enjoy some off time before tomorrow, as the Mules right now lead at 14-2. Long look at second base, and here's the pitch. Just misses for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes.
Let's go, Guido.
Here's the next offering. It's going to be taken for ball 2 inside. Two balls and no strikes. And Durbin being a distraction out there on second base as Carrier steps off the rubber. There's a rip. This one's going to get to the outfield. Coach Edwards is going to send him home. Durbin will come across the score, and the Mules now lead 15-2. So Dylan Hall getting an RBI, 15-2 now. So we're going to see another, looks like we're going to see another pinch runner coming in. This time, it'll be Ryland Season Good is going to come in. Kaden King is going to re-enter, so Season Good is going to get a little bit on the base pads. Mules have runners on first and second base now with nobody out in the inning. Ty Rommel steps in. Rommel's had a pretty good day as well. He's got an RBI double, an RBI base hit. And he's been hit by a pitch as well. Takes ball one in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes here to Ty Rommel. Runners in scoring position for the Mules. They're up 15-2. This one is grounded into the third base dugout. It ricochets back into the field of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Poplar Bluff trying to go 2-0 in the conference. Setting up a big game tomorrow in Poplar Bluff. It'll be warmer tomorrow. That's the good news. It'll be around 70 tomorrow. And there's a strike called outside part of the plate. Tim will be able to join me in the press box tomorrow. Unless you want to go back outside, I'll talk to Coach Kent Keith and we'll make it happen. Now he's giving me the thumbs down on that one. This one's fouled away in the batter's box. It'll be still 1 ball, 2 strikes. It is a rare away game that we get to call live on the air. Oh, I should say on Facebook and YouTube. Normally when we go to places like this, away games, we don't have a press box that we can set up away from folks. We know we don't want to get in their field of vision, obviously. I know coming up in the SEMO Conference, we'll be able to stream some of those games. There's a swing and a miss. And there is now 1 away here in the inning.
Hey, let's go, Pitt!
There's a shot by Aiden Dawes. It's going to be hung up in the air, and the shortstop calls everybody off. Nichols makes the catch. And there is 2 down here in the inning as Aiden Dawes pops one up. And now there are 2 down in the inning. That one goes F6 on the out. And now Dylan Bratcher coming up, who walked his first time. There's a rip by Bratcher. This one is going to be bobbled by the first baseman, and they still can't get him out. And the Mules are going to they've got a run coming home, and he is going to be out at the plate. A little bit of base running confusion there by the Mules following the error. And, of course, as we get that underway, we'll get you the final scoring on that particular. So they're going to charge an error to the first baseman on that last play. And then the first baseman throws home to Kennedy to get the out. So 2 more runs come across. It'll be Howard, Alford, and Young when we come back. You're listening to Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Want a career and not just another job? It's waiting for you at Briggs & Stratton. Great pay, great benefits, and continuing education. Everything you and your family deserve. Go to careers.basco.com and look at Poplar Bluff job openings.
And we are back here as we get ready for the fourth inning. Before we have the opening pitch, let's go ahead now and pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. It is 5:30 on this Monday evening. I'm Frankie Castillo. Glad to have you alongside Tim Hicks out there battling the cold weather here in Dexter, Missouri. We're streaming the game live on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. We're also on the radio on 93.3 FM, 930 AM, KWOC, and we are streaming online at KWOC.com. And, of course, this afternoon, the Mules right now find themselves up by a score of 15-2. So Dylan Bratcher now comes set. First pitch is going to be down low for ball one as Jackson Howard now comes up to the plate. Howard here trying to get on base here. There's a swing and a miss. Good pitch by Dylan Bratcher. You can hear Coach Edwards telling Aiden Dawes to take 2 steps in. And there's a strike called. So now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. This one's ripped down the first base line. It is fair. And they're going to hold him at first base. Good rip there by Jackson Howard. Good job by the outfield to get the ball in, only giving up a single that time. It could have been worse. This one's fouled away to the screen, and it's no balls and a strike. There's a fly ball. This one's ripped out to left field. And it's going to be foul. Long foul ball. Chase Taylor now is standing in left field for the Mules. And this one gets away from him. And Howard's going to wind up on second base following the pass ball. So Chase Taylor now out in left field for the Mules. This one is just inside. Bratcher, long look at second base. There's a fly ball. This one gets out of play, and we'll do it again.
Hey, let's go 3-2. Attention.
There's the ground ball. This one hit sharply to Kaden King. It's a foot race, and King steps on the bag in time for the first out. Howard's going to go over to third base now. One down here in the inning. There's a ground ball taken. This one again to Kaden King. Fills it cleanly. Steps over to Bratcher, and the inning will continue, but a run does score. Good job there by the Mules. It goes 3-1, and Howard comes away with the score, 15-3 now. So 15-3, Mules are still on top here. There's a fly ball. This one's going to get out of here. In the fourth inning, it is 9-1. Twin Rivers right now over the Lady Bearcats out of Dexter. Starting to see a lot of covers now starting to come out here at the ball field. Makes me believe it's kind of cold out there. Tim, what do you think? Is it warm or cold? Something tells me it'll be a long ride home. Oh, we drove separately, so I'm in good shape. One ball and one strike now. We're back to the top of the lineup here with Camden Riley. Started this game as the pitcher.
Go, Dylan.
Inside for ball two. 2 balls and a strike now. Thank you so much, Ron. We are so glad to be here as well. We had some issues to begin the afternoon, but thankfully we were able to think on the fly and get it taken care of. Tomorrow I'm going to leave extremely early just so we can get everything set up and tested and make sure there's no issues. Punches him out, called strike 3, and that'll be the way the inning comes to an end. And the Mules now lead it by a score of 15-3. Valenzuela, Robertson, and Greenwald are all due up when we come back. You're listening to Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. All right, so we are back here. It is top of the 5th inning, and the Mules right now have a 15-3 lead. Coming up for the Mules, we're going to see some substitutions now coming in. And it looks like batting in place of Valenzuela, his day comes to an end. So Ethan Smith now for the first time. We're going to see him at the plate. He wears number 30 for the Mules. Bats right-handed. And there's a strike called on the outside part of the plate. Inside for ball 1. It's 1 ball and 1 strike now. To Ethan Smith getting his first at-bat here this season for the Mules on varsity. Misses a little bit upstairs for 2 balls and a strike now.
Get a hold one, let's go.
Oh, I hear Coach Kent Keats somewhere down there. Tim, where's he at? I heard that. I see him now. He's by the third base dugout. And there's a missed pitch. It's going to be a full count now.
Second plate, let's go.
And lost him on the 6th pitch of the at-bat. And there is a leadoff walk to Smith. And now Robertson is going to come up to the plate now. Robertson 2 for 3 on the afternoon. He's got an RBI, or I should say he scored a couple of runs so far in the ball game. Mules lead at 15-3. We're in the run rule now. If the Mules cannot give up any runs coming up in the bottom part of the inning, it'll be over in 5 innings. There's a swing and a foul ball. This one near the first base dugout. And no balls and a strike. Greenwald looks like he is going to dig in. He is on deck for the Mules. Robertson bats left-handed. So Robertson, there's a fly ball. This one out of play behind us. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Pitches right-handed, bats left-handed. We've got 4 games this week. We've got a game tonight, a game tomorrow night, and then we're in West Plains on Saturday. We've got a doubleheader on Saturday at 2:30, or make that 2 p.m. rather. We'll be taking on Neosho, and then at 5:30 it'll be West Plains. So it'll be a doubleheader. Supposed to be nice and chilly that day as well. Sun is now being blocked by the clouds, and that could be a double play. They got him at first, not going to be in time. Or make that, got him at second, not going to be in time at first base. So it'll be a fielder's choice. Good job by Cole Nichols, able to get just the 1 out. And now Kobe Greenwald coming up to the plate. Coming up following this game, we'll be joined by head coach Steve Edwards of the Mules. And he'll talk about this game here in general, as the Mules coming in the game was giving up around 6 runs a ball game. There's a rocket shot by, oh, what a good stop by the third baseman. A long throw is not going to be in time. It'll be an infield base hit, and then the air. Oh, good job by Brady Robertson, able to get back to third base. So there is another error on the Dexter Bearcats. And that'll be the 5th error of the ball game. And that's what Coach Sneed told us as we see a crop duster here going above us now. You can hear that real loud in the crowd, Mike. Outside for ball 1 taken to Jacob Baller. Coach Sneed told me that his team is starting to put things together, but still struggles defensively. And we have seen 5 errors in the ballgame right now by the Bearcats. So now Baller comes in, 1 down, 2 on. There's a ground ball down the third base line. It is foul as well. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. I can hear Coach Steve Edwards telling his team a lot of confidence. Here is the 1-1 pitch in there for a called strike 2. So tomorrow we are expecting very windy conditions coming up tomorrow. It'll be around 25, 30 miles an hour, but get this, on Thursday, winds in Poplar Bluff could be exceeding 50 miles an hour. And there's a strike 3 called, swing and a miss by Jacob Baller. And there are 2 down in the inning. And now Kaden King comes up, batting 2 for 3 on the afternoon. He's got a couple of RBIs. And by the way, those storm winds are going to be, or I should say those winds are going to be non-storm winds. We can still see severe storms on Wednesday. There's a rocket shot. This one picked up by Nichols. Long throw to first base. Got him, and that's how the side will be retired. Last chance for the Dexter Bearcats. When we come back, no runs, 1 hit, and an error. We go to the bottom half of inning number 5. Mules up by a dozen on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Got Ram Truck Month going on. Fresh inventory arriving daily. We still need your quality pre-owned vehicles, whether you want to trade or you just want to sell. We want to look at it. The Ram Truck Month is going on now.
We are back here live here in Dexter. Nichols, Kennedy, and Kondik is all due up here, depending on if Coach Sneed decides to go with the players who started or not. And right now, for the Mules, they lead 15-3, up by 12 runs. So the Dexter Bearcats have got to score 3 runs to keep this game going. Otherwise, Tim, you can pack it up, my friend. So batters 2, 3, and 4 are all due up, coming up for the Dexter Bearcats. Mules lead it here 15-3 as we get started for this next inning. So Cole Nichols is going to lead things off for the Dexter Bearcats. Getting a lot of text messages here. Twin Rivers now leading 9-1 over the Dexter Lady Bearcats. So now Cole Nichols 0 for 1 here in the ball game. Takes ball 1 a little bit low and outside. Ball 2 taken. Here Coach Kent Keith, he's out there trying to get his team fired up. Getting this team fired up anyway. Trying to finish this thing off. And there's a shot out to center field. It'll be taken, and there is out number 1. Dylan Hall with a nice catch out in center field. And the Bearcats now are down to 2 more outs. Kaden Kennedy now stepping in. This one has ripped away and foul behind us. No balls and a strike. So tomorrow morning back on the air during the morning edition starting at 6 a.m. And then I'll call it quits for a few hours, and then Tim will load up and we'll do it again. I feel for Tim. I really do, the camera guy out there. I am just as cold as he is. You got to believe me when I say that. Swing and a miss. I'm glad we drove separate cars. That's all I can say. There's a foul tip. And we'll do it again. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 down in the inning. Mules lead 15-3. Mules got 3 runs in the first inning. They put up 8 in the second inning, 2 each in the third and the fourth. No runs in the fifth. Another ball game of double-digit scoring and, most importantly, double digits in the hit column. They've got 12 right now in the ball game. You know, if the Mules can come away and get these next 2 outs here, Tim, this would be the fastest game the Mules have played all season. We're just under the 2-hour mark. There's a ground ball. This one is going to be taken, going to be dropped and bobbled by Aiden Dawes. And that was going to be a hard play no matter what. We'll see. It'll be interesting how they score that one. If I was scoring it, I would imagine that's going to be an infield base hit, and that's exactly what it's going to wind up and be. It went through the fingertips of Bratcher, very hard hit up the middle, and then Dawes couldn't hold on to it, but by the time he got the ball, it was going to be too late anyway, as Kennedy was already near first base. First pitch taken outside for ball 1. A 1 ball and no strikes to Taylor Kondik. There's a rip. This one up high out towards center field, and nice catch again by Dylan Hall. Man, he has done a great work out there in center field. Once again, it's kind of hard. It's one of those deals where we got to pick a player of the game, and I'm not sure who to give it to. Eric Wallace is tuning in. He's all the way in Kenmore, Washington. Glad to have you alongside, my friend. This one is ripped away and foul by Bo Carrier. Got to make sure you're joining us tomorrow afternoon because we've got ourselves a big game on Tuesday. We're taking on Kennet Indians, and that's going to be a tough game for the Mules. It's not going to be a 15-3 game, I can promise you. So the Dexter Bearcats down to their final strike their final out of the game. This one is down low for another ball. It's ball 2, 2 balls and a strike. There's a rip. This one out toward. It's going to get down for a base hit. Good job there by the Mules. Kobe Greenwall. Chase Taylor is out there as well. He is out there in left field. And this one is ripped down the line for a foul ball. So now it is a foul ball. It is 15-3. Mules here lead it. And there's no balls and a strike. And ball is taken down low. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Bring one here. Let's go.
2 outs here in the inning now, and the Mules are trying to get away with another win here in the SEMO Conference. 2 balls and a strike now. Coming up following this contest, it'll be a brief post game. Swing and a miss, and now the Bearcats are down to their final strike of the ball game. I was going to say the Mules here, or the Bearcats down to their final strike. We'll see what they do with it here. And this one is down low for ball 3. The ball gets away, but is right underneath Battler, thankfully.
Don't lose him now. Don't lose him. Keep one on him. Get him right here. Let's go.
Coming up tomorrow afternoon, we will go live at about 4:05 in Poplar Bluff. It'll be a raucous crowd tomorrow afternoon. And there's a shot. This one high up in the air. It's going to get down for a hit. And a run comes in to score. So now it is 15-4. So Kennedy comes in to score. And now it's 15-4 now. Bratcher trying to get this last out here in the ball game. And now it's going to be Jackson Howard. And a strike called. This one's ripped down the first base line. Good job there by Coach. By the Dexter Bearcats. Nearly had it. No balls and 2 strikes. So the Bearcats are down to their final strike here once again here in the ball game. Mules trying to hang on to win this game. And held up. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Coming up after this contest, we'll speak live to head coach Steve Edwards of the Mules and maybe a couple of players as well. Not sure about that one just yet. And this one's popped up. It's going to get out of play behind us. It'll be hung up. Yes, it was, Eric. A great ball game here by the Mules today. Good offensive production. And the Mules are on their way to their 2nd win in the SEMO Conference. This one gets away from Battler all the way back to the backstop. And the runners advance. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. So now it's interesting because a base hit may score 2. If it scores 2, we play 1 more inning. And now it is a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Two down here in the inning. Runners on 2nd and 3rd base. And got him looking, and that'll be the ball game right at the 2-hour mark. It took 2 hours and 34 seconds to get the game in, and the Mules come away with the victory, 15-4. Mules now one game over 500, and the Mules now 2-0 in the SEMO Conference. We'll come back. We'll have your postgame coming up next. You're listening to Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. We are back here live in Dexter talking to the head coach of the Poplar Bluff Mules. And, Coach, it's got to feel good getting 2 wins in the SEMO Conference. And the way you guys have done it, you guys put up 8 runs back in the second inning. Walk us through being up 3-2. Second inning, once again, everything clicking on all cylinders for the Mules.
Yeah, it was. I thought the guys were focused up. They were ready. They had the plan at the plate. The guy on the bump, Riley, he had a decent fastball, but we knew his best pitch was a slider, so we were looking to go oppo with it. And the guys made a good adjustment, and they did what we were supposed to.
Let's go to Dylan Brancher here. Trip Belknap came in for just a moment, but then Dylan Brancher, your bullpen coach, is really proving game in and game out that they're getting better each game, and they're not going to be an easy out every time you see them.
No, it's not. And you know, nothing against Axton today, and Axton just looked like he was struggling a little bit, so we decided to pull him, so we have him ready for tomorrow if we need him as well. And then Trip Belknap, you know, he came in, he threw 11 pitches and did what we expected, and we had an idea we were going to go with Bratcher. So now we got, you know, not just 4, but we got 5 guys ready tomorrow, and we're ready to rock and roll.
Not going to lie to you. I mean, I was cold. Were you cold down there coaching? I was cold up here.
Nah, it's beautiful.
No, it was kind of nice for me as well.
Yeah,
so let's talk about the offense here. Once again, you guys putting up 12 hits. And what I like about this game, 0 errors. It seems like since the first 2 games of the season, defensively, we have become a very good ball team.
Well, we're trying, and I'm not going to, you know, hang our hat on it and say, hey, we're going to go out there and play air-free games. but we're working hard in practice. The guys are playing, and they're working their butts off. The coaches are coaching their butts off, and we're doing everything we're supposed to be doing. A lot of guys got to play today. Everyone on the lineup card got in the game, so that was the idea. We got up, and the guys were hungry. As they were saying, they had it marinated. They were ready to go and get after it, and they did.
We talk about these guys behind us a lot, Dylan Brancher and Brady Robertson, but what about Dylan Hall? He made some great catches in center field today for sure.
Dylan Hall grew up a lot today, freshman out there. We talked to Carr early, and the plan was, hey, if we get up on a certain amount, we're going to pull you out and let Hall play a little bit. And Hall's really quick. He reads the ball well off the bat. And we feel confident that if we put him in the outfield, he's going to make the play for us.
So what are some things that you didn't like about today's game, maybe base running, whatever the case might be, that you guys have to be sound and ready to go before you guys take on Kennett tomorrow afternoon?
Maybe a little bit of the pre-pitch. I saw a couple guys on their heels a little bit, but that's just me being critical as a coach. You can always improve and never be satisfied where you're at, even as in the dugout. It's easy to stay focused and in the game and fired up when it's a tie game or you're down 1 or you're up 2. But, even when you're up big, I still want the dugout focused up. I want everybody ready to go. And when I call on you, I expect you to be ready and do your job. And they did for the most part. And, I think, no one's hanging their head or anything about being pulled and guys moving around and stuff. Because we said if we have an opportunity, we're going to play boys because we got to see what they got. If we have them on the team, why are we going to have them on the bench if we're never going to give them a chance? So we had a chance to play them today, and we did. We saw a lot of good things. I saw a couple things. I counted one error, but, that's on me. I'm critical.
Well, you're probably more harder than I'm going to be, obviously. But obviously, talk about, did you think going into this game, Coach, that you would win by double digits over Dexter?
No, you never overestimate or even underestimate at that point. I mean, you go in and you have to have your plan and try to stick to your plan. And sometimes the plan doesn't work, and you got to adapt and adjust and overcome. And we even did a little adapting in that game. We moved some people around. We even pinch ran a little bit. You don't go into a game thinking that you're going to 10-run roll a team because Dexter's, they can hit the ball. And I think our guys just pitched the ball well. Tripp did his thing. And like I said, Bratcher grew up a lot. I mean, Bratcher's going to be that guy that's going to be around the plate. He's going to throw strikes. And, hey, defense, help me out, work out for me.
So real quick, what about I thought having another good game once again was Kaden King. When it mattered the most, you guys up by a run, comes back up and knocks in 2 more big RBIs to give you guys more cushion. And then from that point forward, you guys really never look back. Offensively, we're becoming a really good offensive juggernaut right now, in my opinion.
Well, you got to be consistent at the plate and have your plan at the plate and have fun. I think the boys had fun. They had their confidence, and we had some dogs. And what I mean by that is King was a dog today. He wanted to hit. And, like Bratcher, he was like, give me the ball, coach, I'm ready. And, that's the mentality that we want. We want guys out there. We want guys, where we're 14, 15 deep on the bench, and, it's a struggle to make a lineup because everybody wants to play and everybody's playing well.
2 more questions. Talk about tomorrow, Kennett, another big ball game coming your way. I know you've been thinking about it since probably yesterday. Who's going to be on the bump on Tuesday?
Tomorrow the plan is to throw Carr, and but also with that we have Carr, we have Brady, we have Tripp, we have Axton now still, and we also have our closer Jake V. So we got 4 guys that can go, and we got Season Good to go up there and twist it up a little bit. He has a little spinner, so pitching-wise, I feel comfortable. The only thing we got to do is, stay true to our plan. Don't make the game bigger than what it is. I don't care about rankings. I don't care about anything. And, SEMO Conference is anyone can win at any given time. So that's the point. That's the plan. Go out there and execute what you can control. Control the controllables.
And the last question, Coach, I'll let you be the deciding factor. I think I already know, but player of the game tonight is going to be
Big Country Bratcher.
That's what I'm talking about. We're going to get our player of the game coming up in just a moment. I appreciate the time, Coach,
yes,
and we'll see you tomorrow in Poplar Bluff.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You betcha. The Mules getting a win tonight, 15-4. Now going on 1 game over 500, and they're 2-0 in the SEMO Conference. And Dylan Bratcher, our player of the game. First off, man, you grew up a lot here today. Talk about the victory. Most importantly, on the mound, you seem like you've got all the confidence in the world. Talk about coming in when you did and your Mules getting big wins back-to-back in the SEMO Conference.
Yeah, Frank, when I go out there, I know they'll have my back. And I know even if I do have the guys that I've been playing with for a while, or if there's just different guys getting subbed in like today, I know they have my back, and when I throw, I just know that I'm going to put it in there where they can get outs, and then it's just not all me, it's all them, Coach.
17 batters faced here today for yourself, only giving up 5 runs, 2 hits, 1 earned, and of course you walked 0. That's a big number. You struck out 3, and of course you talk about your defense. They've got your back. What about the offense, giving you a big cushion to do your work?
Man, I think I knew I was going to come and pitch this game because we were just smashing the ball today, and I was not worried whenever we were down or almost down by 1, but whenever they have the bats are rolling right now with all 9 of them, we're just a solid team, and I don't think we can beat.
I want to go back to the Cape Central game. You come in for a third of an inning, and it seemed like in that moment, maybe the confidence was already growing before that time, but when you came in the moment you came in, it seemed like you built on the confidence there, and that truly, in my mind, it carried over to today's game.
Yes, when I played Ozark, I didn't really like the outing I had, but when I got to pitch that Cape game, I knew that wasn't all of it, so when I knew my next chance, I was going to go out there and throw my best game.
I know Coach isn't here, so I can ask you this question confidently. How much have you guys talked about being 2-0 in the conference, taking on a rival team in Kennett? This time around, we're going to get them on our home turf coming up in 24 hours.
Oh, everybody's and PB's going to be there. No, the state champs are coming. We're going to be ready for them, man. We have everybody throwing tomorrow, so I'm not even scared. We got them.
Can we beat them? That's the question that I've got for you.
We can.
That's what I want to hear. Congratulations, Dylan. Player of the game, congrats, and, of course, get some rest. And then, again, we'll see you guys tomorrow versus the state champion Kennett Indians.
Thank you.
You betcha. Dylan Bratcher joining us live. And now Brady Robertson going to come in here. We've got a lot to discuss with our senior Brady Robertson. First things are first. Talk about this team and how much growing up we have seen since the Springfield trip, going 0-2 in that affair, giving up 25 runs. Since that time, we have been lethal offensively, and our defense, at least in my mind, has been so much better than what we first saw last weekend.
Yeah, after that tournament, we had time to come back and regroup and just fix the little things, and all those little things, they add up, and we're playing good ball right now, and that's all I can ask from my boys.
I've always said that in this matchup, in this season so far, I've always said, number one, the offense kind of goes through you, especially leadoff hitter. When you get on, you do whatever you do best, and that is to cause all kinds of havoc on the mound, or I should say on the base pads, rather, giving the pitchers fits. And when you go, the offense goes. The last 3 ball games, we have seen you be very aggressive at the plate and on the base pads. What's it like here knowing the team has your back and that you guys are very much gelling at the right time?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get on base for my boys like King and Baller, and even Greenwald will smack me in every once in a while. You know, I just want to give those guys some chances to knock me in and get some runs on the board. 3
stolen bases here this season, and I'm assuming that tomorrow when we take on Kennett, everybody's going to be all in, all fired up. Is that mentality? Have you guys talked about what it would be like if you guys could beat Kennett and go maybe 3-0 in the conference coming up?
Yeah, last year we had 2 disappointing losses to them. Really, not, in my eyes, not really that close. You know, we're all ready, we're fired up, and we're going to give it our best. And like they said, we some dogs, we're going to go after them.
I love the enthusiasm. And, of course, Coach Edwards told me that right now the plan is Cannon Carr is going to get the start possibly, and he tells me that you might give it a go as well. Here in this season, you've done a phenomenal job pitching-wise. Do you think tomorrow you might need to be used in the bullpen to close the deal?
Whatever coach needs me to do, you know, if Cannon struggles or Tripp struggles or whoever struggles, I know the offense is going to pick us up, and I'll come in and I'll do my best. I'll shove.
So let me ask you this. As one of the senior leaders on this team, what are some things that you need to improve on before tomorrow? What will you guys talk about in making sure that you guys are ready to go tomorrow afternoon against Kennett?
You know what? We just got to limit the strikeouts, and we need our pitchers to throw strikes. That's really it.
What I like to see is, and I know that Bratcher said this earlier on, but man, how cool would it be to see a huge crowd in Poplar Bluff coming out and supporting the boys tomorrow?
You know, that'd be awesome. It's always really good to see some people coming out and filling the stands. It always makes us feel good, makes us play a little bit better too.
All right, Brady, congratulations on the win. Go enjoy this one, and of course, we'll see you tomorrow in Poplar Bluff.
Thank you.
You betcha. Brady Robertson joining us here this afternoon as we are closing out here, and the Mules getting a big victory this afternoon. They go on to win by a score of 15-4. And, of course, the Mules now, man, they are just doing some great things right now, and we want to see that continue all the way into tomorrow. And, of course, make sure and come back and join us tomorrow afternoon. We're going to be live coming your way tomorrow beginning at about 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Our first pitch is set for 4:30, but we're going to go on the air beginning at 4:05. It'll be Mules baseball, and it is going to be a wild ride tomorrow afternoon. If you can go to the game, I encourage you to get out there and support the Poplar Bluff Mules. They are going to need every bit of support coming up tomorrow. If you can't go to the game, make sure and tune in live right here on Facebook, on the radio side of things, on 93.3 FM, 9:30 a.m. Also, we're going to be streaming it live at KWOC.com and, of course, on our Facebook and our YouTube channel. That is going to wrap it up for us here live in Dexter. Before we say so long, real quick, let's thank our sponsors one more time, and they include First Midwest Bank, Kevin's Auto Repair, PB Realty, Legacy Farm and Land Specialist. Also being brought to you by our good friends at Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, Ozark Federal Credit Union, Air Solutions, First Choice Insurance, Las Margaritas, Mayas, and Taco Taco, Christian Automotive and Tire, Eye Care Specialist, Larry Hillis Dodge, Briggs & Stratton, Scott Law Group, LLC, and the Bank of Missouri. All right, for Tim Hicks, I'm Frankie Castillo. We are saying so long from Dexter as the Mules get the